Hello, good evening to everyone. So this video is made to answer the common question regarding the direction of the resultant force of given forces, okay, in a concurrent and coplanar problem. Okay, so the question was, is the solved direction or theta the final answer, or you need to add it to 180 or to 360 degrees? Okay, so I'll be answering that question, but first I'll be giving a rundown of the solution of this certain problem, okay, before I answer that. Okay, so answers already given, okay, since we have discussed this in the previous video and also in class discussions. Okay, so given two forces, one is F1, sorry, you have 100 newtons, and F2 is 100 newtons and 15 newtons, okay? Then given corresponding angles, okay? So we're going to solve for F of X and F of Y of both forces, okay? So for the first force of 100 newtons, is 100 newtons multiplied by cosine of 240. Now you are given 60 degrees here. I think you know how to get the value of 240 since our reference is 0. So from 0 to 180, and then 60 is going counterclockwise, so it's added to 180 degrees from your negative x here. Okay, so 180 plus 60, you get 240 degrees. Likewise, in the f of y, you're going to be using 240 degrees. Okay, so we multiply 100 newtons multiplied by cosine 240 and 100 newtons multiplied by sine 240, we get negative 120 newtons and negative 86 newtons. 86.60 newtons, sorry. Now, checking the answer, we are in the third quadrant. Okay, the force on the third quadrant is in the third quadrant, sorry. So your x here is negative and your y is negative. So looking at the answers, your x is negative and your y is negative. So it confirms, okay, the position. Okay, next is your second force, which is 50 newtons, multiplied by, it is 320. So we're going to use reference here is your positive x-axis, which is 0 degrees or 360 degrees. But your 4 degrees here is going clockwise, so your angle is negative. Therefore, it is 360 degrees minus 40. So it is 320. Okay, we've discussed that before. Okay, so multiplying cosine 320 and sine 320 with 50 newtons for x and y components of the force, we get 38.3 newtons, 30 newtons, okay, and negative 32.14 newtons, okay. Checking the given values for f of x and f of y, your second force in the fourth quadrant, so meaning your x here is positive and your y is negative. Checking the answers, so it is positive x and negative y. Okay, so I think that confirms the location of the second force. Now we add, okay, summation of f of x and summation of f of y. So we get negative 81.70 newtons and negative 118.74 newtons. So that's our m of x and m of y. Solving for the resultant force with this formula, Pythagorean theorem, you get 144.13 newtons. Excuse me. Okay, now this is your resultant force. Okay, now for solving for the direction or theta, we have theta 1. Okay, I designate as theta 1 if it's not the final answer. Okay, if it's the final answer, you just write theta. Okay, so I decided theta 1 and theta 2. So theta 2 will be our final answer. Okay, so tangent theta is equal to your summation of f of y divided by summation of l of x. Okay, so given the values, so we get positive 55 degrees, 28 minutes, and 11.19 seconds. Okay, now is this the final direction of the force? Now, looking at the given values here, or the solved values for x and y, so your x is negative and your y is negative. You should be looking at the summations. Okay, so okay, it is given, or it is we solved the values as both negative. So meaning your force in the third quadrant. Your force is at the third quadrant. So it's here, okay, third quadrant. So meaning positive 55 degrees will not start from 0. Since if you start from 0, your angle is here. This is your theta, this is your 55 degrees, and this is your resultant force, which cannot be, since you have solved that your force in the third quadrant. Therefore, your 55 degrees is here. Okay, basing from the negative x-axis. Now remember, we only base from the x-axis. It's either negative x or the positive x. We will not be using the y as reference, only x. Okay, so if it's here, therefore its direction is counterclockwise. Therefore, it is positive. There, it is positive. So, your direction of your theta is counterclockwise. Okay? So, meaning you're going to add 180 degrees. Now, you do not subtract 180 or 360. You only add 180 or 360 to the angle you have solved. I repeat, you will not be subtracting 180 or 360 because, I repeat na, we're basing at the x-axis, therefore there are only two values. It's either 180 or 360. Okay, so you determine first which value you're going to add. Is it 180 or 360? Now in this case, it is in the third quadrant, therefore it is near the 180. Okay, this is your basis. If it's in the fourth quadrant, you're going to use 360 degrees. If it's in the first, there's no problem with that since you started with 0. Now, in this case, in the third quadrant, you're going to use 180. Okay, I repeat, you're going to use 180 degrees. You're going to add 180 degrees if your resultant force in the third or the second quadrant. Okay, you're going to use 360 if it is in the fourth quadrant. Since first quadrant, there's no problem with that. Okay, you started from 0. Okay, so meaning we're going to add 180 degrees. Sorry, not here. In this value. Okay, so this plus 180 degrees. Okay, so plus 180, you get 124 degrees, 31 minutes, and 48.8 seconds. So this is the final direction of your force. Okay, so it makes sense since it's a third quadrant. Therefore, using this illustration, it's somewhere here. Okay, so that's your resultant force. So we're going to use 180 since it's in the third quadrant. Okay, so we're going to solve another problem. Okay, second problem. Okay, so I'm just using two forces, okay, to better explain the direction. Okay, but of course in certain problems it's minimum of 4 forces, 4 to 8 forces. Okay, so just to show you how to get the final value or the final direction of the force. Okay, so in this case we're given the first force of 100 again newtons at 6 degrees and 50 newtons again at 4 degrees. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so given 100 newtons multiplied by cosine of 120. Okay, so 120, we solve this from 180 minus 60. Okay, so from 0, this is 180 degrees, but 60 here is going at a clockwise direction, therefore it's negative. So basing from 180 degrees here, minus or plus negative 60. Okay, so your value is 120 degrees. So from 0 to here, it is 120. But like I said, you could select here to here is 90, then this is 30 since this is 90 degrees, so 90 minus 60 is 30. It's 90 plus 30, that's 120, or 180 minus 60 is still 120. It's up to you. Which do you prefer? Okay, so cosine of 120 and sine of 120 for x and y with the same value in newtons since it is F1. So we get negative 50 newtons for f of x and 86.60 newtons for f of y. Okay, looking at the signs, it is in the second quadrant, therefore x is here is negative and your y is positive. Okay, so confirms the location. F2 is 50 newtons. Okay, we're going to use wait, I forgot to change the given from the first problem. Okay, so this is 220 degrees. Yeah, okay, so 220 came from 180. 40 is going at a counterclockwise direction, therefore it's positive. So 180 plus 40 degrees, that's equal to 220 degrees. Okay, so multiplying your force with cosine 220 and sine 220 for f of x and m of y, we get 38.30 newtons and negative 32.14 newtons. Okay, so it should be negative. Okay, so checking it, x is negative, third quadrant, and your y is negative for the third quadrant. Okay, now getting the summation or adding the x's and the y's, we get negative 88.3 newtons and your summation of y is 54.46 newtons. Okay, so we get the resultant force using Pythagorean theorem. We get the value of 103.74 newtons. Okay, now for the angle, sorry, theta is equal to tangent raised to negative 1 or arctangent. your y divided by your x, summation of y over summation of x, we get the value of negative 31 degrees, 39 minutes, and 52.81 seconds. Okay, now it is negative. Therefore, it is going at the clockwise direction. Now, will you add it to 180 or to 360? Okay, so looking at the given or the solved values for f of x and f of y, the summations, it is negative x and positive y. Therefore, it is in the second quadrant. So meaning, okay, it's negative, therefore it's going to the clockwise direction, and it's in the second quadrant. Therefore, it is based at 180 degrees. Okay, so this is your force, this is your theta, which is negative from 180. Therefore, 180 degrees, okay, you add 180 here. Remember, you add 180 or you add 360. You don't deduct or you subtract 180 or 360. You add them, okay, to the given angle if needed. If needed. Okay, so as you can see, this is 180 degrees, and then this is going at the counterclockwise direction, this is going at the clockwise direction, therefore it is negative. So that's negative. So you add 180, you get 140 degrees, 20 minutes, and 7.19 seconds. So this is your final angle or final direction of the resultant force for these two forces in a coplanar and a concurrent problem. Okay, so let's see. 148 degrees, 20 minutes, and 7.90 seconds is of course lower than 180 degrees. So meaning it's in the second quadrant, and it's confirmed by the solved values for f of x and f of y. So I repeat, try to check where your force is. Is it in the second, third, or fourth? There's no problem if this is the first quadrant. It's based from 0. Okay, so if it's in the second and the third, you add 180 to the values that you have solved. Alright, if it's in the fourth quadrant, you add 360. So this base here is 180 for this 2, and over here it is 360. So I repeat, you do not subtract 180 or 360, you add them to the value of the angle you have solved. Okay, so hopefully this video helped you to understand if the value you've solved for the direction of the force is final. Just verify what quadrant is it, then you add 180 or you add 360. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. So I'll see you again in the coming reviews. Again, good evening to everyone.